The people of South Korea are fully aware that the U.S. is manipulating a puppet president who represents American and Japanese interests rather than those of his own nation. The U.S. must return to its foundational values as a democracy that respects the lives of other nations' citizens and operates within a peaceful, free market economic order. The alliance between the U.S., South Korea, and Japan is perceived as strategic cooperation primarily driven by American interests. However, in South Korea, there is strong opposition to an alliance with Japan due to deep-seated historical grievances, including Japan's colonial rule, forced labor, and the issue of comfort women. These historical wounds have fostered profound distrust and negative sentiment toward Japan, making a South Korea-Japan alliance unacceptable to most South Koreans. While the U.S. seeks to enhance security cooperation in Northeast Asia by fostering this trilateral alliance to counter China and North Korea's threats, it often overlooks the sentiments of South Korean citizens. Many perceive that the U.S. prioritizes its strategic goals without adequately acknowledging the historical and emotional complexities between South Korea and Japan. The U.S.-South Korea alliance is well supported in South Korea, but an alliance that includes Japan is not. The U.S. must respect the historical experiences and sentiments of South Koreans if it truly seeks to strengthen alliances. The U.S. should restore its role as a fair mediator, recognizing the unique histories and sensitivities of its allies to build a genuinely collaborative partnership. The U.S. approach toward China has increasingly emphasized military and strategic measures rather than purely diplomatic solutions, largely due to the perceived threats posed by China's growing influence and military power. The U.S. views China's rise as both a challenge and an opportunity, but the competitive nature of the relationship, especially under the Biden administration, has focused on countering China's assertiveness, such as in the South China Sea, and its broader regional ambitions. In response, the U.S. has strengthened military alliances and security cooperation with regional partners like Japan and South Korea, aiming to bolster defenses and deter potential aggression. This includes the U.S. encouraging Japan to take a more active military role and expanding military bases in countries like the Philippines. Additionally, the recent U.S. legislation to automate the registration of young men for selective service reflects concerns over maintaining readiness amid escalating tensions. While there are calls for a more diplomatic approach, the U.S. strategy currently prioritizes military readiness and alliance building as key components of its broader Indo-Pacific strategy. The U.S. has been criticized for not adequately balancing these military measures with diplomatic efforts that could lead to more sustainable peace and cooperation in the region.